In the morning we raise the anchor, move a little further, and by the afternoon we are already anchored in another bay. This rhythm sets in surprisingly quickly.
So, wir sind jetzt einen Stopp gefahren. Eigentlich haben wir gar keinen Wind gehabt. Wir sind jetzt Motoren und da ist der nächste Ankerplatz. Vorne. Mal schauen. Und dann geht es mal weiter auf die nächste Insel. Da meinst du so?
It is a completely different way of traveling compared to the long passages. On those long hauls, the days eventually lose their contours. Everything consists of watches, sleep, weather, and the horizon. But here, things change constantly. New bays, new islands, new anchorages. Often there are only a few nautical miles between them. Yet every single spot has its own unique mood. The waves are small, and with the next destination already on the horizon, the passage feels almost sheltered. For us, who are used to long, arduous legs, this is a completely new feeling, a gentle and carefree kind of sailing.
Grenada, bye bye. Adios.
We arrive at Ronde Island on the motor. The entrance is spectacular. Two massive rocks guard the entrance, with dense green hills rising behind them. It is wild and beautiful.
Okay, da vorne der Anker heute Nacht.
Ronde Island, a piece of wilderness, a piece of silence. But it's not as untouched as one might think. It's private. It has been on the market for years. It's strange to lie here, to think this entire Caribbean island could belong to someone. Strange that even the most untouched paradise has a price. Or at least, an owner. Then comes the rain. Not as a sudden shower, but ceaseless. So we stay another night. And in this silence, far from signals and people, I realize what I've been missing for the last few days. Peace. It is precisely this moment that I feel my battery recharging.
Cinnamon-Rose. Mit einem kleinen Teigli. So Chemie-Pasta machen. Ein bisschen übertrieben.
Sandy Island is a narrow strip of white sand in the middle of the water. A few palms and almost nothing else. The water is so clear that the boat seems to float rather than anchor.
Es ist so, wenn man einfach von einer Insel zu der anderen sagt, erstens, man sieht die Insel schon weit vorher. Es sind immer nur so 2-3 Stunden. Wir sind uns das so nicht gewöhnt.
We are not used to that at all. Up until now, whenever we set sail, it was usually for much longer passages. Days at sea, not just a few hours. And there's so much traffic. It almost feels like a highway. Sailboats are everywhere, moving from one island to the next, from one bay to another. We are used to spending hours, sometimes days, without seeing another boat. Here, there's always someone around. It's completely different from what we have experienced so far, but it's beautiful in its own way. Just a short sail, drop the anchor, explore a new place, and then move on to the next island. Sandy Island is tiny, maybe 100 or 150 meters long. It's a protected marine area with no hotels, no roads, no infrastructure. Just sand, palms, and this incredible blue all around. But even here, the last hurricane has left its mark. It's clearly visible in the vegetation and the palms. The place looks so perfect, and yet simultaneously fragile.
Mega schön. Auch ein bisschen unherzig. Und mega strange.
It's absolutely beautiful here, but it also feels a little strange having this tiny island sitting right in the middle of the bay. We are going to enjoy our time here a little longer, and then this afternoon we'll head on to the next village. On land, a completely different side of these islands reveals itself. Hurricane Beryl isn't long past, a storm that built up over the warm waters and swept across the Caribbean with full force. Within just a few hours, entire coastlines were transformed. Houses lost their roofs. Beaches and vegetations lost their familiar appearance. And the traces of it are still visible in snapped trees, buildings stripped of their outer walls, and infrastructure that hasn't been rebuilt yet. As we navigate between bays and anchorages, this reality often lies just a few nautical miles away. We take the dinghy ashore into small villages with few roads, simple harbors and small shops. Many of the people here live from fishing, tourism or local jobs, often with far fewer financial resources than the boats anchored offshore might suggest. At the anchorages, all of this collides directly. Small sailboats, older motor yachts, charter catamarans. And in between, again and again, massive super yachts and luxury sailboats, several decks high with tenders, water toys, and state-of-the-art technology on board. On some of these yachts, a whole crew works. Kitchen, engine room, cleaning, navigation. Much of it runs like a self-contained operation, even if the ship is simply lying at anchor. And the longer we travel here, the more visible these contrasts become. Between the villages on the land, the boats off the coast, and the floating worlds of luxury in between. There are often only a few hundred meters of water separating them. But the realities of life are completely different.
Yummy. That one looks so good. Wir laufen gerade auf den Hügel da unten. Ist mal her. Okay. Und Eva, mal laufen. Das ist so schön. Wir haben schon einen Lizard gesehen, einen grossen, und ein Schildkrötchen.